Guys, I know I haven't been on this channel in a while. I didn't create this channel to be a credit repair expert or to give you all credit advice like some other channels. Anything that I say on this channel, especially today, verify it for yourself. Just don't take my word for it. But I'm going to tell you guys, I've been working on my credit. And you do a budget and you live by that budget, you can reach your credit goals. I'm at the point to where my credit score will be as high as it was when I was in my 20s. And it hasn't been that, and I'm 63. And I'm finally getting back to that. First of all, I want to say this. I read this book by Corey P. Smith. And the first chapter of that book pissed me off because our government and system set us up to where when we are young adults to mess our credit up, and it stays that way basically for the rest of our lives until we decide to do something about it. Now, I've tried to fix my credit in the past. I've got probably to 600, 621, maybe 635. And then lose my job or something and zilch, back down again. But I've been working on my credit since 21. And I looked at my credit file one day and almost fell out the chair. And since then, I've been going hard. When I say I've been going hard, I've been going hard. The point that I'm at now, I could have been past this point, except for I was staying in Races, Houston, Texas. And I tried to open a credit union account and they wouldn't let me. The excuse that they gave me was so ridiculous, talking about I was on the terrorist list or something. I'm in my 60s. I ain't never did no money laundering, sold drugs, or none of that. She was just being racist. But I'm going to tell you, just because somebody stop you from doing something don't mean that you stop. You figure out a way to get around it and continue going. And my way of getting around it was moving back to Las Vegas. I moved back here and I've been making sure I pay my bills on time. I have a 100% payment history. I try to keep my utilization low, but because of me having to rent a truck and everything and not having the proper credit, I have a secured card. I had to put money on that card in order to rent that truck to move my belongings from Texas to here. And it has taken me almost a year to pay that card down. And it shouldn't have. I was just kind of like fooling around because I do crafts and stuff and I was buying supplies. But then probably 3 months ago, I said, you know what? This is ridiculous. Pay this card off. Pay it down. I'm not going to pay it off because I paid it off last year and my score dropped by 40 points. Ain't that a So this time around, I'm going to leave maybe like I'm going to pay it off. But then 2 days after the closing day, I'm going to put about $20 back on it. So by the time the statement date hits, it'll show that it's up under 5%, 3%. I have 2 cards by the same company. One, I'm at like 8% on it. The other one, I just hit the 30% mark. In a couple of months, I'll have it paid off. And let me tell you something. When you open up a credit union account, you better take advantage of it. I opened up a credit union account. I opened up 3. 2, I'm doing secure loans with. 1, I'm using that one to put my money that I'm saving in. The other one that I'm doing a secure loan with, I'm putting the other money in that account. Because when I get ready to apply for my credit card, I want them to see that I have savings in that bank. I'm going to get a credit builder loan from another credit union, but I'm going to set that up for 3 years. Although I'm not going to pay on it for 3 years, I'm going to set it up for 3 years so it can look like it's a long-term loan, because you need to have loans on your credit report as well as credit cards. I signed up for Boom Pay, plus I signed up for the past rental history to report. That hasn't hit my account yet. The credit union loan is showing that I have a loan, but the payment haven't hit my account yet. The 2 credit builder loans and the other secured loan. So you know, when you open something new, it does drop your credit score. When the first credit union hit, it dropped my credit score by 6 points. 6 points is not that bad, because at the end of this month, when the payment hits, I should get at least 15 or 20 points. When the history from my rental hit, that should give me 20 to 30 points. The other accounts that I'm getting, that should give me a few more points. I have 2 things that I'm waiting to come off. One thing says closed, but they need to remove it. I'm going to dispute it on the federal level so it could be removed, because that's a big thing. The credit union that I was banking with took it off, but a collection agency put it back on. Now, because it's so old, it's not holding much weight, because when they put it back on, I think my credit score only dropped by 30 points. When they took it off, my credit score went up by 60 points. I'm trying to get it back off because the collection agency, they don't have any paperwork to prove it's mine. I know it's mine, but if they can't validate it, they have to remove it. And I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take advantage of it because I'm working on some things. And that is to get my personal credit so good that I can walk in any bank and open up a business account and get money and credit cards with no documentation. That's what I'm going after, because that's the new thing now. If you have a 680 personal credit score, 680 or above, and you just started your business, you haven't made any money in that business, you can get money from several different banks. Look it up. Look, it's all over YouTube. And I'm finna get my money. And I'm finna start my businesses back up. And I'll be able to pay Navy Federal. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you're trying to build your credit, go with a credit union. Start off with getting you a couple of secure loans. get you a couple of credit builder accounts. Now, the thing about the secure loans and the credit builder account that I want you to remember, when you go get a secured loan, make sure that when you make a payment, it frees up some money, because some credit unions will put that money in a certificate of deposit, and that money stays in there until you pay the loan off. You don't want that type of loan, because the way I do my secured loans, I make sure that when I make a payment, it frees up some of that money. When I open the account, I put a little extra money in the savings account. So when I make a payment, the money that frees up goes into the savings. I have enough money in there where I can make 2 payments. Then I leave that money in there. When I open up the next secured loan, when the payment come due, I just move money around. I just transfer from one bank to the next. I let that one credit union secured account pay for the other 2. I don't have to worry about missing a payment. I don't have to worry about having the money to pay the loan, because as long as that money is there, I just move it around. I do the same thing with the other 2 credit unions. When I open up the account, I put like $25 in the savings account, because the interest on the loan less than $1. I pay 41 cents. That's less than $1. So if you put $25 in there, and then when the loan come due, you just moving money around, it's going to be enough money in there always to pay that loan payment. I do the same thing with the credit builder. But this time I decided to get one credit builder that they do put in a certificate of deposit, because I want to be able to save that money. And the other one, when I make a payment, it frees up that money. So when I make a payment to that one and it frees up that money, I'm transferring that money to the other one. So I'm not actually making 2 payments on 2 accounts. I'm making the one payment, and when it frees up money, I'm transferring that same money over to the other credit builder account. That's the smart way that you build your credit. You can set them up on auto pay. You can go in and make the payments yourself if you want. But it's the smart way to do it. Also today I was listening to another channel, and she said something that was quite interesting that I used to do until that particular bank closed. And I don't know why I stopped doing it when they closed. But you know how you have Netflix and your Walmart Plus for shopping and your Amazon Prime that comes out every month. Anything that you have coming out of your account every month, don't let it come out on your debit card. Set it up to come out on your credit card, because when you're not really using your credit card, but you got those things coming out of your credit card, it shows that you're using that credit card. Because if you don't use a credit card, after a while, they close it. And when they close it, that messes up your history. My history is less than 2 years, because I had to pretty much start over. I don't need them closing out anything. Because when I apply for these other things, that's going to bring my history down some more. But it's going to go up in July, because one credit card that I have, I would have had it for a year. So it's going to go up a little bit. My other credit card in August, I would have had that card 3 years. So it's going to go back up. With the Boom Pay, they have a past year history. So that should help out my length of time also. By August, September at the latest, that my credit score is high enough where I could go to these banks and get this money. But I'm not going to get it in August. I'm going to still wait. Keep on paying. Keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep on letting that credit score go up and up and up. 6 months after my first credit union account has been open, I'm applying for a credit card with these credit unions. It's no annual fee. Interest rate is lower. One, they start you off at $5,000. Now remember, I said I'm going to put some money in that saving. So after this 6 months is over and I get ready to go and apply for that credit card, I should have no problem. As long as I still have a 100% payment history, both credit cards that I have now, as long as they are showing 10% and under. Don't be going to this Credit Strong and credit, whatever the rest of them are, because they don't make any sense. They charging you all of this interest. Why would you go to them if you could open up a credit union account, have it spread out for a longer length of time, and you can pay it off sooner with less interest while you're building your credit? I was looking at Credit Strong, and there was another one that I was looking at. And I really dug deep into it. I went online and looked at the reviews. And I said to myself, now wait a minute, this don't make no sense. Why would I give them all of this interest? You've had a credit builder loan before that was $5,000 and you got to pay it off in 8 months. Now that I know better, if I ever get another $5,000 credit builder loan, I'm not going to pay it off in 8 months. I'm going to let it ride for at least 24 months or 3 years. Because you're not only getting history, but your score is going up as long as you make that payment on time. I'll come back on and let you all know how the Boom Pay did. Give a review on that because it was so easy to set up and open. Took me about 10 minutes. They sent me an email for some information. I sent it in because it was under review at first. After I sent that last piece of information in and I went back on the app about an hour later, it said I was ready to go. Only thing I'm waiting on now is for it to hit my credit report. I'm waiting on that to hit my credit report. I just made a big payment that's going to close on the 20th of this month. That brought me down to that 30% on that credit card. That's going to hit. At the end of the month, the credit union secured loan account is going to hit. 2 credit builder loans to get. They should hit next month. And I should be looking pretty good. So if you can, go with a credit union. I will come back at the end of next month to let you know the changes in my score. Thank you. Be blessed, guys.